Mr. Peter Obi is no more to be recognized as the president of Nigeria. Why? Now the tribunal has insisted in installing the sitting president being Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Why? Do you know that during the presidential election tribunal held there in Abuja today, Wednesday, September 6, 2023, that the tribunal held it against Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party, saying that they failed to specify the majority lawful votes casted for Mr. Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of Labour Party. That had it been, Mr. Peter Obi was able to give specific figures concerning those votes, or say, and the APC Zurianohi, then the tribunal will be in favor of Mr. Peter Obi. But because now the tribunal is against Mr. Peter Obi, we are available for your birthday shoutouts, announcements, advertisements of your products. Chat us up on WhatsApp through +234 8067 841298. After all the evidences Mr. Peter Obi provided, this is what the tribunal has to bring as a conclusion. What do we do? Do you know that in the lead judgment read by Abba Bello Mohammed, which says that Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party failed to make it specific those votes fanasi APC na Bola Ahmed Tinubu Zufanohi. They were saying in that lead judgment that Mr. Peter Obi said that there was irregularities of casting of votes in 5 states on Saturday, February 25, 2023. That is the day made for presidential election in Nigeria for 2023. And then Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party, Nebo APC, na Bola Ahmed Tinubu Ebubo, saying that the members of Labour Party standing for Mr. Peter Obi, that is the obedient family, were not allowed to cast their votes accordingly. That the members of Labour Party were distracted in 5 states, which include Lagos State, Osun State, Imo State, Taraba State, and Benue State. That in these 5 states, Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party failed to specify the particular polling units at which Mr. Peter Obi were supposed to get votes but failed to get votes. That had it been Mr. Peter Obi specified the polling units at which these things happened, then this tribunal will be in favor of Mr. Peter Obi. So the tribunal is making it clear that determination of election is always based on what? Figures. That Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party failed to provide figures of the votes that they were expecting to get in those 5 states where Hanebo Ndi APC and then Bola Ahmed Ebubo na Ekworo Ndi obedient families to add their votes on that day. So with this now, the Presidential Election Tribunal Bundena says that this tribunal is in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and with this now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue to be the president of Nigeria, while the tribunal is already against Mr. Peter Obi. Now, how can these people say that the termination of an election is always based on figures? Does it mean that the tribunal is making it to be known by people that the lead counsel of Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party, Levi Izuku, failed to know this rule, that the termination of election is based on figure? Now, what about all those evidences of clips that Mr. Peter Obi provided there in the tribunal? Are they telling us that they failed to make use of those clips also? Who in Nigeria can provide this information that he or she failed to see how the election of Saturday, February 25, 2023 went? Even the unborn children, they know about this. So how can these people say at the tribunal that Mr. Peter Obi and Labour Party failed to provide the specific figures of those majority lawful votes that they were expecting to get from those 5 states? How can they say this? This is a proof that these people collected huge amount of money from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because how can a person know that he has a judgment today, Wednesday, September 6, 2023, and then he flew outside of the country saying that he is not worried, that the tribunal know what to do? That is just to tell you what? The confidence he has that he already know the outcome of tribunal today. That is why he left the country. So we do not know what to tell Mr. Peter Obi, but I just bring this information to you to tell you na ife enunwa bụ ife ekpete n'ụlọ ikpe tata. Dịka esi wee sị na a ga-enwe the judgment today. And now this is the final. So Mr. Peter Obi is no longer to be addressed as the president of Nigeria. Instead, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is installed by Presidential Election Tribunal. What do you have to say? I believe Mr. Peter Obi will still have the chances of going further to make his proofs. Because if the Court of Appeal should fail him, I believe there are other places he has to go and make his proofs and evidences clear there in the court.